What's up, guys? I'm going to do a different video than I usually do for EVE Online. I'm going to actually show some in-game PvP footage. It's a little bit different from the normal stuff I do. I've been doing blogging style, just my face talking to the webcam, and I thought, if this is going to be a video game channel, I should post actually video game content, and I've got tons of it sitting on my hard drive. I need to sort through that stuff. To be honest, I'm kind of lazy. I'm probably just going to delete most of it and just be like, ah, screw it, because there's hours and hours, and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to sift through all that. I mean, I think I got my first pod kill recorded, and I might want to get that one, because I was so excited. But anyways, I took a break from Eve. I feel a lot better. I wouldn't say a lot better. I mean, I went from basically being, let's say I was on empty on my tank. I'm about 50% full. I'm about halfway. I'm not fully jived up. But anyways, let's just get into it. So I've got the Hurricane Fleet issue. This fitting, US Gamer helped me put this together, and I want to give him props for that. It was really fun. I like the fitting. I'm going to do it again. I'm probably going to just sell a Plex and use that to pay for some more of these ships. And yeah, so this is my first time undocking with it. I knew I was going to get blown up. I was on TeamSpeak just casually talking to a couple guys, and a couple of them joined me in the fight. So let's go ahead and see how it goes. I'm going to pause for a second and snap my fingers. That's just so I know when to align this audio with the in-game footage. So just bear with me for a moment. And there we go. So there's two Republic Fleet Firetails that have been eyeballing me. I've been sitting in this large Plex for a while, just capping it, waiting for something to come to me. Now, this fit has no propulsion mod, which was really odd for me. US Gamers suggested, you're going to go slow anyway. Just dual web it. So the dual webs were really helpful, and I used a micro jump drive on it. Now, I like that. I like being able to kill anything that gets within scram range. So if it gets within scram range, it's going to get double webbed, and then I'm just going to nude it out, or I'm going to kill it. So this has a really strong potential to kill something that gets close to me, and then anything that's outside of scram range and has me pointed, well, then I can just align to a safe spot, micro jump drive out, and then warp away. That's the idea. So this is my first time PvPing in the ship. So I'm really not familiar with how to use this thing, but I think I do okay. I do okay. So my buddy's here in his Tristran. I do believe he's hull tanked, and he's going to get a tackle on this Caracal. We realize, hey, we're just going to take this fight. I'm like, I don't even care. I'm throwing money away at this point. I don't even care because I want to have fucking fun when I play EVE. I don't want to be so risk averse. God, it's such a more fun game if you're not risk averse, I gotta say. So I load up on the Caracal. I'm starting to burn towards him, and I'm saying, hey man, I'm not gonna get close to this guy in time, like. And he goes, then I'm gonna die, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. And he dies. You can see he's still got his drones out there. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna get to that thing in time. I might as well just turn around and burn back to this ship right here and see what happens. At this point, I think my buddy dies in his Tristran. Caracal's still yellow boxing me. He hasn't shot at me yet. And here we go. The Firetail is getting close, and that's exactly what I want. I start locking them up. I'm like, all right, this is going to be the first one that's going to die. Deactivate my webs. Turn off the overheat on the... I'm glad I did that. So I double web him. I start shooting at him, but I completely forget. I overheat too, my guns, and I completely forget to turn on the scram. But look how fast he dies. Boom, he's dead. Like, that was so fucking... Like, it didn't matter that he didn't get scrammed. So this is the second one. I did not mean to scram the Caracal. I just completely fucked up. So I turn it off, turn it back on. Okay, there we go. I scrammed this guy. And I'm looking at his shields. I'm like, oh, I'm not doing that much damage. Like, the other one died way faster. So I'm like, all right, I'm under pressure. I feel like I need to hurry this up. So I deactivate all these. I'm like, let's kill the Caracal right now. Let's kill the Caracal. So I switched to the Caracal. This was a mistake. I switched to the phase plasma ammunition, which is worth it. It's good. I realized, look, I'm not actually taking that much armor damage. This is when I realized, I got lots of time. Switching ammunition, and this thing's shields go down really fast. Now, the reason I said this was a mistake is because I could have killed that Firetail. And given how slowly this Caracal is killing me, I should have just kept that Firetail scrammed and webbed and just neuted him. I completely forgot to activate my newts. If I neuted him, he would have slowed right down and he would have been dead. Anyways, at this point, the Firetail warps off. I'm looking at this Caracal thinking, yay, I'm actually killing a cruiser ship in my battle cruiser. I'm very excited. The other guy's going to be in on the kill mail, so that's good as well. And he is dead. So switching to the phase plasma, I think it was worth it. It really helped take out that active tank and punch through to the stuff underneath. And boom, there we go. And see, this is why you don't lock up the, look at that. See, I activated my scram and my webs. I tried to tackle this capsule. And I had the NPC ship locked up, which is a mistake. So, okay, here we go. Here's the next fight. So I docked up, I repaired, I came back out, and I've got this Arazu. I scram and web it. It's got me scrammed. But it gets out of scram range real quick there, or I deactivated the overheat on my scram, which is a mistake, and I totally blunder this up. Like, I'm not even really sure what to say here. You just watch this and I'm making mistakes. I'm like, should I overheat these? Yeah, I'm just really concerned about burning out my modules. I've had a really bad habit in the past of overheating my modules. And I mentioned just a moment ago, I was like, I'm glad I turned off the overheat on that scram because I realized they were within 9 kilometers because I didn't want to burn it out. But at this point, I'm like, do I overheat? Yes, I overheat, get the scram off on this thing. Now, what I should have done here was actually activated the neutralizer, not the Nosferatu. Nosferatu is not going to do anything. My capacitor is almost full. I should have neutralized him. And so, do I actually turn this thing on? I don't know. See, that's the mistake right there. I'm not familiar with the layout. I should have just turned on the neutralizer. I might have been able to actually kill that thing. And if I did actually nuke that thing out and kill it, I would have survived this fight. So, this is, I think I spoiled the end there, but I do die here. I'm tracking disrupted heavily. That thing burns away. He's going to get out of my web range. And he's slowly making distance. He's slowly getting away. And he gets out of range. We'll see here. I'm not sure if we're at that point yet. But at this point, this fight, I'm not really sure what else to say. It's basically just kind of sit here and watch me die at this point. The 2 Force Recons have me I'm tracking disrupted. The bonuses to one of those ships tracking disruptor effectiveness really makes it so I can't hit anything. That Arazu burned out of range. I'm like, all right, let's just switch to barrage ammunition. I'm gonna give myself some credit here. I'm glad I did think of that. That's why I like flying the ship, is because it takes so long to die. There's enough time for me to think about these things and be like, oh, I should do this. Oh, I should do that. And I need that time to wire these responses, and then I'm going to have a faster and faster response time if I continue to do this. So my capacitor is dry. I want to suck cap from one of these things so I can keep my damage control unit up, so I can really increase the time it takes for them to kill me. And we'll see here. See, I'm realizing I can't hit this thing. It's not going to die. The only thing that's applying damage to it are my drones. And I'm like, all right, I'm fucked. There we go. I tried to turn that thing on and I realized I don't have enough capacitor to do that, so I'm going to lock up. This is smart. I lock up a drone, and I'm going to give myself some credit here. I click on this guy. I activate the proper module. I activated the Nosferatu, not the neutralizer. I wait till it cycles, and then I turn on the damage control. You know, I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for that. You know, my armor's almost gone, but this does make it so it takes longer for them to take it out. I have 19 million in loot inside my ship, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want this to look really bad on my kill boards. I'm going to die anyway. I jettison it. I lock it up. And I'm like, all right, I want to shoot at this. I click on it. You know, I'm going to give myself credit here. I did fairly calmly react to the situation. I know it's gone. All that loot is gone. I'm trying to find something to warp to. I get there. I start clicking right in the nick of time, and you know what? I executed that fairly well. I saved my pod pretty well. You know, I did die, but there you go.